Good evening and welcome to Side21. Tonight we continue the Black Hand of Fate, our evil campaign where the player characters are not necessarily good guys this time around. Having said that, I do want to go ahead and introduce our players for this evening. So,
I'm Brayden. I'm playing Damian Grimbane, and I'm a fighter.
Hey, my name is Hunter Douglas. I'm playing Elliot Crowe, the Reborn Warlock.
My name is Jaco, and I am playing Timber 2, a Tabaxi Ranger turned rogue.
I'm Jason. I'll be playing Shetic Bonecaller, your Fey-touched wizard in the School of Necromancy.
And I am Aaron, and I am playing Bojack Horsepuncher, the Dwarf Barbarian.
if you guys don't get a chance to catch us live, you can always check out our VODs on Twitch and YouTube. Please also follow us on our social media. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok. We just joined Blue Sky, so you can check us out and follow us there as well. But without further ado, let's jump into tonight's episode of The Black Hand of Fate. Last we left off on the Black Hand of Fate, our party made their way into the city of High Moon via a pathway revealed to them by their now deceased brethren in the Black Hand, Brother Nyx. Upon arriving in the city of High Moon, they found themselves in kind of the back corner of the slums district of the city, made their way into a tavern, questioned and disturbed the peace of a young barmaid before seeking refuge for the night in a extra dimensional space provided by one Elliot Crowe. The following day, the party chose to attend the local museum, making their way into the Sapphire Ward, into the Museum of Antiquity, and scouting for a diamond worth 10,000 gold pieces that they would later need to open a gate to the outer planes. Upon questioning the curator of the museum, looking around, eventually locating the stone that they were searching for, two of the party headed off out of sight, and the remaining three stayed overnight inside Elliot's mansion. Upon the museum closing, the three stepped out, had a brief encounter with a mummy lord, a large lumbering stone statue, and eventually the sounds of whale song in the distance. However, with some well-placed dimension doors and misty steps, they were able to escape their fate inside the museum for now. Eventually meet back up with the rest of their party, who had been enjoying some libations at the Cornered Kitten, a local tavern, and perhaps something more. Upon meeting back up, the party elected to go into the sewers for the night, sleep it off, think it over. And we saw a different side of the newest addition to this group, one Damian Grimbane. But plans were made. A city unfolded before you the next morning as Timber left the party, heading presumably for the museum, and the rest of you contemplated perhaps where to scout, find out more information, make some purchases. So, Timber, starting with you, what would you like to do?
So basically, I just want to make my way to the museum just to see what's going on. And my intention with this is I want to get to the desk where the switch is for the traps, just to put my eyes on the switch. So so that I know where it is.
So
Get out of there, because I only have an hour of invisibility.
okay, we will say, yeah, you are making your way through the streets, headed, and you're invisible, right?
Yeah.
Headed for the museum. And you make your way past the stadium, kind of up the hill, and across into the Sapphire Ward. And you are definitely approaching the museum. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I'm doing whatever Elliot wanted to go do.
I think the cracked kettle could have a couple things we may need for this. I can definitely use a disguise. I don't know why this. What is it called? The raccoon. The rancid raccoon. The rancid rat.
Yeah, the Inn and Tavern. You guys are kind of standing close to the entrance, and it is lights are down on the inside, doors closed.
It's a bit suspicious that they're closed for business. Broad daylight. So I don't think I want to be seen as much as I am now. Kind of just like keep my head like a little, or my hood a little bit like over my eyes. Shall we?
Well, I'm a boot on the broke side, but whatever you need.
I need some more incense for my rituals.
Let's go then. Start walking that way.
You are walking towards what now?
The cracked kettle provisions.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, which is really just kind of the rancid rat is in the back corner, and like the one street leads off down one way, and that's kind of where the cornered kitten is, down like towards the end. And the other street leads more like up the hill, towards the middle of the city, and just where the street starts to like bank upwards is the building with the sign that says Cracked Kettle Provisions. It's got like a teapot with like a big crack running down the side of it.
You would think they would want to advertise better wares than cracked kettles.
Well, you can repair a cracked kettle better than a broken shillelagh.
One person's cracked kettle is another person's kettled crack.
Nice.
I'm just gonna shake my head. I'm walking into the cracked kettle. That's bad. That hurt.
I'm following.
Yeah, and it's got like almost like kitchen doors. It's got like two wooden doors that meet in the middle, and as you guys kind of push your way through them, you hear like a bell go off, ding 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 ding, and you walk in. You see a kind of a dark interior here. All these shelves are made of wood that has seen better days. Similar to the shop's namesake, there's like long cracks and splinters kind of coming off the shelves, and they're all of like that similar dark and like purplish kind of colored wood that you see in a lot of the construction here in the slums district. You do, however, see a woman standing behind the counter. She is a human woman, looks to be in maybe her earlier middle 50s. And as she hears the bell, she kind of like is ducked down, like messing with something on the shelves that are underneath the counter, and she kind of pumps her head up over the counter and says, "Oh, hello. What can I do for you? Welcome to the Cracked Kettle."
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, all right. We're here to pick up some provisions. I need some incense. Do you have some?
Oh, certainly.
Give them.
How much would you like?
How much can this get me? And I'm gonna throw 50 gold pieces out on the counter.
50 gold pieces?
50 gold pieces, baby. These rituals aren't cheap, but they just work on incense. It's crazy.
So, well, she says 50. Oh, that's quite a bit of incense. I don't know that I have that much. Let me see. And she pulls out two kind of like blocks of incense. And she says, well, typically we cut these down into smaller bits, but I can sell you one of these blocks for 30 gold.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of open up my coin purse and get 20 gold back in there, and acceptable.
Wonderful, here you are. And passes it over. Scoops up the gold, puts it in like something beneath the counter.
I want to peep around her store. I want to see, while these guys are getting what they need, I got what I need. I want to start looking around, see if there's anything worthwhile.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check. What are the rest of you doing?
I was gonna say I want to look around too, just kind of get like an idea of the layout of the store, like what's like visible, what's like maybe like if there's a back room, what like the kind of like what we see.
Sure. Yeah, both of you guys make a perception check.
I got a 6, so
Good start.
gotta get. I'm warming up. My dice rolls will get better. My virtual dice rolls can only get better, baby.
Alright, perception is a 18.
18. So you guys look around the room. Shetic, you get pretty distracted. There is a small glass bottle that looks like it had poison in it at one time. It's got some like necromantic runes on it, but it is empty. So you kind of fixate on that a little bit. But Elliot, as you look around, this seems to be a pretty humble establishment. You're not seeing anything that is worth, that incense block may have been one of the most valuable things in here. As you look around the shelves, you see, like folded up blankets, glass bottles. You see like a ladder in one corner. You see, some paper, some ink, a couple pouches, shovel is kind of like leaning up behind the ladder. Some soap. They do seem to have like a decent selection of tools, though. You see like different like carpenter's tools, glass blowing tools, masonry, things like that.
I'm checking out those necromantic runes. I want to read what they say. If it's anything I recognize, is anything special about it?
Yeah. So you make a investigation check.
10.
I would say even with a 10, it takes you a minute. For some reason, you just fixate on this bottle, but after getting a really good look at it, you realize it's just gibberish. It looks like a novelty item of some kind.
Oh, nice. Sick. All right, well, I'm moving on from that.
I'm gonna kind of just like put my hand over like kind of my chest, and like my shadow just kind of like puts his hand over his chest, and there's like a little small purple glow like where my shadow's hand is, and I'm gonna give myself guidance on. Did you know you have to choose a stat for guidance now? It's in the new one. It's not like here's a D4. It's here's a D4 and only one specific skill.
Skill now instead of the over.
What?
So I'm gonna give myself
instead of being like advantage on charisma, you don't have to pick advantage on like persuasion.
Oh wait, I thought it was like instead of it being a D4,
it's the D4,
on any
but
ability check, it's a specific one on a skill, like, or not a skill, but like an ability.
That's what it used to be.
Oh, yeah. It's even worse
unless
than
it
I
changed again, the new ones should be directly on the skill itself.
You touch a willing creature and choose a skill. Until the spell ends, the creature adds 1d4 to any ability check using the chosen skill.
So it'd be like I'm giving myself guidance on charisma, and then
or
anything
wisdom,
I use,
yeah, or something like that. Yep.
With
So any
charisma.
skill, anyone that check uses charisma. Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that. And I'm gonna walk up to the lady. I'm looking for something that I can, well, there are some unfavorable people around this town that don't look at me lightly, and I'd like to be able to maybe hide my face a bit better. Do you have anything that I can use for this?
Well, give me just a moment, and you see her kind of like reach down, and she's like rummaging through like a looks like a paper almost box, and she pulls out a mask, and it is a like feline featured mask. It's got like fuzzy eyebrows and whiskers, and the little line.
Do it.
She says, "This is really all I have. If you're looking for something magical, I don't really carry magic items here."
Look at the mask. Do you have anything less cat?
She reaches back down, and you hear like some rummaging again, and she pulls one back up, and it's like a pig.
How much?
For the pig?
10 silver.
I'll take it. I set 10 silver down. Grab it.
For the pig mask.
For the pig mask.
All right.
Now that's inconspicuous.
It's got like two like corded leather strips that go through small holes and tie on the back, and then you can kind of tie it behind to affix it to your face. And yeah, the pig one is it's like a leather mask looks like it's been like dyed kind of a peach, like light pink kind of color, and it's got like the ears on top and the snout.
So it's pretty ugly.
It's surprisingly accurate to what it's trying to emulate, the face of a pig. Yep.
Thank you, woman.
Missed opportunity.
What is your name?
Oh, my name's Mira. Mira Thornwhistle. What's your name, young man?
I'm like affixing my mask. Me?
Aye?
Elliot Crowe.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure doing business with you, Elliot. Come back anytime.
Of course.
Is there anything else I can get you lot?
Aye, my buddy asked for incense. You only gave him herbs. Where's the sense?
What?
Yeah, the sense that goes in. Where's the incense?
Oh, I think you're confused. That's okay. Don't worry yourself. Anything you need?
He got his herbs. I'm all good.
I'm gonna use my telepathic utterance. I'm gonna speak telepathically to Elliot, and I'm gonna say, "You've told her your name. You understand. She's dead now."
I'll use message to say back. Kill her in your own time. I don't care of this name. Do we need anything else? Mira, do you have any potions?
Oh, no.
Where would be the best place to get them?
Yes, I don't have any potions. Perhaps the market district, I imagine, has plenty. Anything you need, really.
Or walk out the door.
I'm gonna turn back to her and say, "We've got some business elsewhere in the city. What time do you close? I don't want to make a trip out here if you're already closed this evening."
Oh, we close around 7 p.m.
I'm just gonna nod my head and walk out.
Well, see you later then.
I thank you, lass, and I head out the door.
Yeah, I don't say anything. I just follow out the door.
Alrighty. You guys Ding, 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 ding. Make your way back through the kind of saloon style or kitchen style swinging doors back into the streets of the slums district, at the base of the hill leading up towards the stadium.
Can I? I'd like to take a look around and see if anybody's got eyes on us.
Sure, make a perception check.
I want to also take a look around to see if Timber's around, just because I noticed he didn't get anything from the store, so make sure he's good.
Yeah, both of you make a perception check.
I rolled a 24.
15.
15, you do not see Timber anywhere. 24, you get a really good look around. You're kind of still angry about Shetic not getting what he needed the inside of the store. You go outside and you're like, I bet somebody's looking. And you look around and you guys seem to be not the focus of anybody that you can see right now.
Do I see that he's angry? I'm looking at him.
I think yes.
What's
Arms crossed angrily.
what are you angry about? Short one.
You got these damn flowers when you asked for incense. Aren't you supposed to, eat something that's in its incense?
Short one. You should know something so small can go a long way.
All right. If you're not upset with the damn flowers you've been given. Guess I can't hate the lady for having a dumb brain. It said incense. I didn't see any sense at all.
Okay. Yeah.
Neither do we.
Short one. I have a feeling if we could hate someone for not having the most functioning brain, you'd have a lot more enemies.
Point me at him. I'll beat him up. I'll break the kneecaps.
I want to cast message, which is only 120 feet. To Timber. Timber, did you need anything from the shop while we're here?
I'm going to go ahead and say Timber is over 120 feet away at this time. And you cast the message and you just don't hear anything in return. And Timber, you didn't even hear that. As they're making their way out, though, it didn't take you very long. You were moving quick. And you are kind of right outside the entrance of the Museum of Antiquity. What would you like to do?
Well, what do I see here? Is the door open? Are they accepting visitors during this time still?
It does appear that the museum is open for business. Make a perception check, though.
All right. Ooh, that's going to be an 8.
With an 8, you really, from out here, don't notice much. What you do notice is that there are a couple of what look like city guard stationed at either side of the doorway, so 4 in total, that were not there last time you were here.
Okay, can I...
So that's really all you can pick up outside.
Can I sneak my way in? I really just want to get my eyes on the switch that's underneath the desk. So that I know where it is.
Okay, yeah, make a stealth check with advantage because you are invisible.
Okay, well, that's a 29. And, yeah, 29.
29 just misses, so you're in jail now.
Stealth his way out of the campaign.
No, so you easily sneak invisibly. You're kind of even weaving your way through other people's movements and get right past the guard station. You see a similar sight. You see the curator's desk right up front, and then the 2 rooms kind of flanking on your left and right, and then it goes back further into the museum where you see the masts of the ship rising up into the 2nd floor.
Okay, can I just look underneath the desk and see where this switch is, or?
Yeah, so you walk up to the curator's desk, maintaining your unbelievable stealthiness. Make an investigation check, please.
That's going to be a 15.
Okay, I will say you have an hour of invisibility. I think you've probably been. This is like you're probably at the 20-minute mark now. So you're about a third of the way through. How long do you want to spend looking for this? Are you willing to move papers and things like that? Or are you just trying to get eyes on it without manipulating anything in the area?
Well, can I mean, first I want to just quick glance, look through everything, not touch anything, because I don't want to draw any attention, just to see if I can see.
Yeah, so with a 15, you spend a couple minutes. You slowly circle, the semicircle behind the podium and desk, and you're looking for anything that could be concealing anything obvious. And even after a few minutes with a 15, you don't see anything that would even remotely tell you just on a first glance that it was a switch of any kind.
Okay. So can I want to push a little bit further, just a little bit, move a little bit of papers or something, just to see, just one more little shot.
So the curator is standing at the desk. You're kind of behind his back now. You see every minute or so, a guest will come up and ask him something. So go ahead and make a sleight of hand check, and see if you can time this right to try and shift the papers on one side of him as he's turned to the other side speaking with somebody.
That's 13.
With a 13, it's not the worst in the world. I will say with a 13, you go and you are able to push a stack of papers, and it kind of falls over on the desk, but then immediately the curator kind of turns around and looks that way and starts picking them up and putting them back on the desk, and you only have a second to really get a look at the space that was beneath those papers, but again, you're not seeing anything.
Okay, so my time's probably close to up. I want to be out at 45 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I would say you maybe have another 10 minutes or so to look around at this point, or you can just head out if you'd like, whatever you want. So get to that 45-minute mark, not left over total.
I'll give it straight to the 45-minute mark, so I'll just try one more time. Okay,
and do you want to try and shift some of the stuff on the other side of the desk? There are a couple drawers. There's space underneath. What exactly do you want to do?
I would say look underneath the top part of the desk, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and make a stealth check for me with advantage.
Okay, that's 23 or dirty 20, so 23.
All right, yeah. So with a 23, easy enough, and you kind of time this really well as he's going to pick up the papers you knocked off the desk, in traditional cat fashion. You look under and go ahead and make another investigation check for me as well.
It's going to be a dirty 20.
Yes.
With a dirty 20, you get a really good look at the bottom of this desk, and after just a short time, you're convinced that there is no switch, and if it is, it's more concealed than you can find here.
Okay.
At least in this time.
I bail out.
All right, and you invisibly make your way back through the entrance and into the streets of the Sapphire Ward. What are the rest of you doing?
Making our way at least I'm making my way to the market district.
Yep, I'm just following because I don't think we have any other plans right now.
So as of now, you guys have been just outside the stadium in the slums district, and you've kind of made like almost a full circle of like the down the hill, cross street, and then back up the hill that make up the slums district that kind of sits in the shadow of the stadium on the hill. And then you've made your way across into the Sapphire Ward. The market district, you were told, is in the south part of the city, which you know is going to be kind of adjacent to the Sapphire Ward. So which way do you want to go? Do you want to like make your way into the Sapphire Ward and then towards the center, or do you want to go up the opposite hill and make your way into the center and then come down into the south part? You guys don't really have a map or anything of the city at this point.
I guess I'll walk towards the museum because that's really all I know, and then from there.
The other direction, if you can see, I described in the first time you guys kind of got eyes on the city, there was a large building kind of towards the other direction. If you're in the corner, one direction is towards the Sapphire Ward in the stadium, the other direction would be kind of off like to the west, if you will. And towards that direction was like that large parapeted structure with the towers, look like maybe some sort of fort, castle, something like that.
It would seem beneficial to avoid that specific building, and I'll just kind of gesture my pig face towards the tower and castle.
I mean, we should avoid most places with lots of people. Not enough attention.
I'll say out loud to Timber, I know you're mad at me, but you can at least answer when I message you.
Can I hear him yet?
No.
Oh, sweet.
Great.
Does Timber even know where we are?
Yeah, I said that out loud, just assuming that you're with us, just giving me the stink
Cold shoulder.
ear. Yeah.
All right, what are you guys doing?
I guess I'm just going to head back towards that direction of where we were before I left and see if I see them on my way.
Okay. And the rest of you are heading
Should
which
we
way?
make our way through the Sapphire towards the market district? I don't know of any other way to get there just yet. Personally, unless you do Dragon.
No, I believe that is a wise idea.
All right. Keep your heads down. Start walking.
All right, so as you guys make your way up the hill towards the Sapphire Ward, Timber, you are coming in the opposite direction and kind of similar to the way that you met back up after the museum incident. You see them before they see you. You're still invisible on the other side of the stadium from where you guys met back up last time. But yeah, so you're kind of on one of the walls in between the wall of the city and the stadium, and you guys kind of need back up. And just as you see them, Timber, your invisibility does wear off.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Oh,
You guys-
hey.
You guys see Timber just kind of like apparate out of thin air right behind you, Damian.
Yeah, is that
Cats.
mine?
Well, where did you go?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Shadow Man, I see that you've upgraded your face a little bit. It's a much better look on you.
We're going to the market district. Do you need anything?
I mean, I'll tag along.
How kind.
Were you not tagging along before?
Oh yeah, I was just going off and doing my own thing for a little bit.
Ah,
So
you're a tag about.
I want to point out we have nowhere we can discuss our plans freely. We need to find somewhere we can at least feel somewhat secure.
Well, as far as on a whim, I don't have anything for us, but I can at least give us a place to rest.
I know a pretty good sewer.
Should we be
Um,
concerned that they've closed the Rancid Rat?
Yes.
While we're walking, Elliot's gonna keep an eye out just to see if he sees Bram, Rick, or that Illyria, or anybody that he noticed that works at that establishment, just like kind of around the city. Just like periodically gonna
Okay.
look, kind of give it a look around.
Make a perception check.
Alrighty. D&D Beyond. Perception. 18.
With an 18, you don't see Illyria or Bram.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, you look around, you see you're kind of transitioning out of like the more kind of downtrodden looking individuals into people that are coming and going from in and out of the Sapphire Ward and making their way, towards the what looks like the castle, like kind of district and beyond. A little more fancier dressed, but nothing that catches your eye.
So as we're walking, Timber walks up to Bonecaller and just quietly is like, "So how reliable are those gods that you talk to?"
As far as I know, they have no reason to lie to me.
Well, my problem is that I checked that desk multiple times and I could not find a switch anywhere. And I checked it really good, so I don't know if your gods are lying to you or if I just wasn't able to find it.
Well, if I had to bet my last gold piece, I would bet my gods tell me the truth a little bit more than you can check things really good.
You only have one gold piece?
It's a figure of speech.
What if there was another desk?
I look at the little one in surprise. I just look at Bojack like,
I lose shit all the time. No reason you didn't lose a desk somewhere.
and
Well, do you think there's another curator?
my amazement with Bojack, as quickly as it came, it's just as fast as it leaves. And I shake my head.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Well, I will say that they have upped the guards at the museum, so if we're going to try again, we need to think of a much better plan than last time.
I still vote for breaking the curator.
I'm kind of with the horseman right now.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay. If that's the best plan we have. Does anybody else have an idea they want to throw in the hat?
Still thinking about it.
Maybe early in the morning when they just open.
A daytime raid.
We can possibly camp with my spire outside of the museum. We're like still walking towards the market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys have made your way into the Sapphire Ward now, and you're actually kind of just like a block away from the museum.
Okay. Maybe, and I'll gesture my pig face kind of like to the side where we like teleported out over in that direction. And then wake up early enough to see the curator enter. Possibly it would be splitting myself off, but I could teleport in, go invisible, see if he disables the security where he chooses to press, and then teleport out, and then we can make a plan from there. That's currently all I could think of.
Hey, recon sounds pretty smart.
And that would be depleting a lot of my abilities very early in the day. But if it's what we need to do, we're not here for no reason.
That was a beautiful plan, gorgeous.
As you guys, you're kind of taking the less populated streets. Like you're not, strolling down Broadway. You're kind of taking the like side streets, the in and out of alleys and buildings. But eventually, you notice you are kind of leaving the beautiful like golden blue tiled roofs of the Sapphire Ward, and you are making your way into a much more it's like a tan sand colored buildings with like smooth sides. They're not made of like brick or wood or anything like that, but more of a stucco or I don't know exactly how to describe it other than that, but and it looks almost and you're starting to see like vendors and stalls as you approach this area. Lots of people talking, looks like making deals and things like that in the various entrances to the shops. But it looks almost like desert dwelling like. And yeah, it's a stark contrast from the Sapphire Ward and the streets are the same, but the buildings themselves are quite distinct. They look, desert-like and sandstone kind of
It's giving Araba
designs. Yeah, it's got, you see like fabric awnings kind of stretched out from these structures held up by poles. You can smell and see the smoke of people like skewering like street foods and grilling and, passing out different breads and things like that.
I think it'll be very easy to blend in this environment.
Hey, I'm worried about who threw up sand all over these buildings.
I need to find some potions because I gave my only one to this dwarf and he owes me a potion.
I don't know if I can buy you one, but I'll do my best. Never stay in debt to a black hand.
So Timber, as you're looking around, you do see about a block away a shop that has a sign over it that looks like a bottle with a cork like kind of sat next to it and some bubbles coming out of the top of the bottle.
Sweet.
Well, what did we come here for? Are we after a sight on the tablets, or what are we doing?
Yeah, can we take a look around? Do we see the tablets from the entrance where we're at right now?
Make a perception check.
Aye. Yes, my lord. $13.
Yeah, so you kind of entered in what looks like you came from the west and you entered into this district, and you can see kind of just a few blocks to your north, like back towards the slums area, a tall structure with a glass dome that is definitely stands out from any of the other construction here. But you can't see anything other than that from here. And you see just a ton of different shops and stalls.
I'm gonna watch Timber, and if he goes to go to the potion shop, I'm gonna follow him.
Well, Pigman, why don't you lead us, since you're the most beautiful out of all of us, and use your charm to get us some potions. Also, your coin.
You can use your deft little fingies.
The ultimate charm.
Alright, I'll start walking towards the seemingly potion shop, and I'll look down at my shadow and just say, Please behave.
What is the marching order as we head towards the potion shop?
Me?
I'll go second.
I'm behind Timber.
I'll follow there, I guess.
I'm happy being in the rear.
Everybody other than as you guys begin to make your way, you're kind of weaving in between different merchants and customers here, in and out of shop, the corners of shops to make your way back onto the street and vice versa. Everybody besides Elliot, make a perception check for me.
Also like to kind of like while we're in this like group, like mass of like people, just kind of like hold my money pouch a little bit, tuck it if you will. Yeah,
gotcha.
19.
19 as well.
I had a 12.
I used my inspiration and got an 18.
Okay, good to know. As you guys get closer, you see a sign with the potion, and you can get with the potion bottle, and as you get closer you see text on the sign as well. It says distilled elixirs.
Distilled elixirs. Is it like beads to like enter? Is it like a door or something?
It's got kind of like an archway entrance here in this like kind of sandstone stucco structure with one of those cloth awnings like hanging over it, and it appears to just be open to walk in.
Yeah. Stroll on in.
All right. As you guys walk in, immediately the smell of potion making components, different herbal, incense, chemical kind of smell overwhelms you. And you do see like there's an alchemical set in the far side of the shop behind like a long counter, smoking and bubbling and kind of rattling as whatever the goblin that is standing behind the counter happens to be brewing. He kind of looks up at you, and he's got like big, long ears, and kind of blinks at you twice and says, "Hello."
Hey there,
Hello?
small one.
What do you need?
What have you got?
Well, we've got potions, alchemical supplies, poisons, herbalism supplies, acid. You need anything like that?
Would like to.
As he talks to you, his head's kind of shaking a little bit, and he's got like jewelry, like ear piercings with like little chains that hang between, and they're kind of like rattling as he talks to you.
While Elliot's talking to him, can I just scope around the racks and see what is on my level?
This shop doesn't have a ton of stuff out in front of the counter. You see behind the counter, there's a bunch of shelves with bottles that he can like reach around and pull down.
Okay.
But in the front, you see just some kind of tables that look like they have stations where you could like self mix a potion or chop some herbs. You do see like bundles of herbs and things like hanging on like some shallow beam rafters that are hanging on the ceiling. There's like rugs on the floor. There's a table with an incense, like an elaborate it's like a clockwork incense burner, and you kind of hear it ticking, and as it ticks it kind of extends the incense stick out each time the gear turns into the flame that's like down like the little tray that catches the ashes. It's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, nothing really merchandise wise going on in front of the counter here at this store.
Okay.
My shadow's gonna do the same thing, kind of like touch its chest, and like I'm gonna give myself guidance through that. For charisma, we're looking for potions, and maybe some acid, and you better have lower prices than the rest of these fucks in this city.
Make an intimidation check.
Aye, Captain.
With with your D4, I guess.
Okay. No fucking shot. Natural 1, doesn't matter. That's my shit too. What the fuck?
I say, well, I charge market prices, so if that's good for you, then we'll get along great.
Well, what
As
are
far as
they?
potions, yeah, I got them. You need acid, you need potions. What are you looking for?
What kind of potions and what are the prices?
I got common potions for 50 gold pieces. Uncommon potions, 250 gold pieces.
And this
So wait,
acid?
Are you telling me acid's a potion? If I drink that, is it going to grant me acid powers?
It'll grant
Yes.
you something, buddy. It's 25 gold pieces of vial, though. I think it's going to grant you a bad day.
I don't want to pay you for a tummy ache. What kind of crap are you peddling?
Yes,
he
don't
with
let our
you?
big bad dwarf. Don't make him get a tummy ache.
I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about.
That between you two, that makes two of you.
Hey, beardy boy, nobody said drink the acid, okay? Why don't you just listen to your guiders here?
Bojack has handlers everywhere.
Well,
So you want some potions or what?
I'm gonna walk up to him and is he like at a counter or where?
Yeah,
exactly is he in?
he's standing behind like a short counter.
I guess I just walk up and like look down on him. And my eyes glow a little bit. I look at him and say, "We're in need of potions, but your price is far too high. I'm sure we can work something out. Otherwise,
Are you trying? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
otherwise, I think that you would make it quite a nice meal."
Make an intimidation check.
Okay.
you
and
gotta
I
subtract
have-
3 because my shadow is fucking you up. Because I rolled a natural
Oh my
1.
god. Okay. Well, I also have
My shadow just kind of reaches
advantage.
up behind your like face and just like makes a little mustache on you. Just a little silly mustache.
This whole time I'm looking at his shadow, seeing if it also has a pig face.
Oh my god, I rolled the same thing both times. Okay, so that's 7 because rolled a 10 minus the 3.
Sorry.
Okay. The shadow does not have a pig face. First off, and then the goblin man looks up at you and he goes, "Oh, you're gonna eat me? Do I need to call Hagar? Listen, I don't like the way you're talking, bud. You guys want to buy some potions or get the fuck out of here?"
I start making my way outside.
I'll put 50 gold down and grab a common healing.
And he kind of reaches behind, and slams it up on the counter.
Where did he reach to, per se?
He's got some shelves behind him.
Okay, sorry. I think you said that already.
Anything else?
I just turn and leave.
You don't want any acid? Tree puncher?
Not unless I can use it to punch harder.
We appreciate your... Just turn around and walk out.
He's gonna yell after you. All right. Well, maybe don't threaten to eat the next shopkeeper you go see. All right.
And as I turn, I just kind of like sniff the air and foul smelling blood anyways.
He's all right, Fang boy.
Oh, you've got a new nickname. Fang Boy.
I wouldn't push your luck.
Is it one word or
Yeah,
two?
I look at Bojack and like flash my fangs at him and my eyes glow for a split second and then I just go back to normal and keep walking.
Alright,
So
so-
I think it's 2 words.
Go ahead and add the common healing potion. All right. Now what?
You said it was 50, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna look around for any shops that sell like clothing or some sort of like face wear, something along those lines.
Make a
Contacts.
perception check.
Perception check. Uh, 24.
You see with a 24, you can see a bunch of kind of signs that stick out to you. You're kind of scanning this middle square that you're kind of on one corner of here, and you can see. You can see what looks like a tavern, kind of a few doors down. It's got a cat on the sign that looks like it's flipping a gold piece, like a coin. You can see another sign that has what looks like a herbal kind of garden on display on the sign. Different like little plants coming out of a planter. Right next to where you're at, you can see a sign that says Hagar's Buy and Trade, and it's got like just an image of like a really burly looking individual on it. You can see a shop that has like a book on the sign, and then a shop right next door to that one that looks like it has like maps and charts kind of depicted on the sign. And then you see one that has a shield and a sword as well.
Well, the goblin just mentioned Hagar, so that piques my interest, and I walk towards that shop.
Yeah, it's really right next door. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go in there.
I'm gonna walk towards the map one.
All right. So, Damian, you would get there first for sure as you make your way kind of across the square towards the map and chart sign. As you walk in, Damian, you see a Goliath man standing behind the counter. He's got a clean-shaven face, bald head. He's got what looks like warriors tattoos streaking down from his temples and like dark black ink on his whitish grayish kind of skin, and they make their way like down his face. He's wearing just like simple leathers. You can see a lot of like the musculature of his body is exposed, and he's just standing behind the counter. In the shop, this looks kind of like a general store as well, except it's a little more diverse in their wares than what you found at the Cracked Kettle in the Slums District. So in addition to like the trinkets and like household items, you can see there like some weapons hanging on the walls. Looks like some bardic style instruments in one corner. You can see he does as well have like a rack of like different potions and like what look like elixirs and things behind the counter. And you notice he does have a comically large, wide blade sword strapped to his back. He kind of looks up at you and grunts. Welcome to Hagar's.
You, Goliath.
How'd you tell?
I'm well-traveled, as I would assume you are. I'm looking for something particular, maybe to hide my appearance. Got anything like that?
Why do you want to hide your appearance?
Well, that would be of my concern.
I think I got something. Hold on. And he reaches behind, and you can see he opens like a small cabinet that's hanging on the wall. And as he opens it, you can see the cabinet's got like a bunch of little posts on the inside, and on some of them are hanging different pieces of like jewelry and medallions, and other ones has like rings and earrings that are kind of like, you know, stacked up on the post. And he kind of slides a couple chains and pulls something from the back and holds out an amulet to you, and you can see it's kind of on like a beaded silver chain. It's got like a golden eye medallion at the bottom of this, or amulet. And he says, "This will help you hide. It's gonna cost you."
What's its worth?
Let's see.
I'm willing to bet more than we have.
2,000 Copper.
Copper.
Oh, so we're doing a really bad job not drawing attention to us.
I think I could let this go for 500 gold.
Well,
You have anything to trade? This is Hagar's buy and trade.
Are there a lot of people out on the streets right now? Like walking through?
Yeah, this is a busy area of the city, especially during these daylight hours.
Can I might try my hand in a little pickpocket while I'm just standing outside waiting?
Make a investigation check to see if you can see a purse that maybe is just a little too unattended.
12.
As you look around, the best you can see, you do see one gentleman at a stall across the way. It looks like he is purchasing some sort of pastries or confections from a bakery of some kind. It's in one of the outer stalls. It's not like one of the brick or mortar buildings. Kind of the way it works is the not brick and mortar, but the stucco sandstone style buildings make up the outside of the square, and then facing outward and the inside of the square, kind of like the stalls and stuff, and where people are cooking and stuff like that. But you do see one of this gentleman, looks like a dwarven gentleman, and he's kind of like reaching up to do business with the person at the counter. And as he's reaching up, you can see that his shirt is lifted just enough that you can see his pouch kind of dangling on the back of his belt. It does look to be tied pretty tightly with cord there with a 12, but that's the only one you could really see in your quick glance around.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get it. And I'm going to do a natural roll.
Sleight of hand, please.
That's going to be 16 plus
Million.
4. Dirty 20.
All right. With a dirty 20, you are a fairly adept thief. This is not your first time. And when you see that the purse is tied so tightly with the cord around his belt, you know you're not going to just grab that. So what you do instead is you pull out the small blade that is in your pouch. And just as you are... you're like making your way, and you kind of make it look like you're trying to look around his shoulder to see what's in the counter behind him. Since he's like reaching up and trying to do business, he's blocking a lot of like the view of the goods that this person is selling. And right as you kind of shoulder him, like as you're looking around, your other hand is behind you, cutting the bottom of the purse, and the coin falls into your little paw.
I just take off. I just walk casually away.
As you make your way away, you look down in your hand and you see 5 gold pieces.
Hey. All right.
He's even broker.
What are the rest of you doing?
I kind of broke off to go towards the map shop. As I did, I messaged Shetic. I'll check back in a moment. Let me see if I can find a map for us.
I'm just going to send back a message. That sounds good. I'm going to walk around the market a little bit and see if I see anything of note.
I'll send another message. Keep an eye out for those shop owners for the rancid rat, just in case.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. I guess that's what I'm going to do. I wasn't even thinking that, but yeah, he just put my mind to it. So yeah, I just kind of want to walk around the market, and I know that like the tablets are around here somewhere. I know you said there's like a building with the glass roof and everything. I kind of want to walk towards that, but while I'm doing that, I'm kind of looking around at the people and seeing if I notice this girl that I wanted to kill 2 nights in a row now, 3 nights in a row.
Make a perception check.
A 9.
You certainly do not see Alara or Bram. You just, with a 9, man, you just see a bunch of people. You
Hell
see
yeah,
humans, and you see
Busy.
elves, you see dwarves, you see occasionally, but much more rare, you'll see like a tabaxi, gnomes, halflings.
All right. Well, sick. Yeah, and I want to walk towards that building with the glass roof. I kind of want to see what that's about.
Okay. The glass roof is very tall, so it's kind of looming over. But it looks, if you had to guess, it'd be maybe 2 or 3 blocks away from the center market. You're gonna make your way towards there.
I don't know. 2 or 3 blocks is pretty far, but yeah, I mean, we're exploring right now.
Perfect. Elliot, as you approach the chart map sign, and you get closer, you do see it says Jurgen's charts.
Jurgen's charts.
And it's kind of right next to the sign with the book on it, and you can see that one says Elminster's Library.
Elminster. Okay. I'm gonna walk into. Is it like an open, or is it like a tent, or is it like a structure?
No, this one is on the other side of the tented area. It's a solid structure, and it doesn't have that same archway. This one does have a door, but the door is propped open. It's got like a chair holding the door open in the front, like kind of porch area that sits between like the end of the awning, the cloth awning that comes out, and the entrance.
Okay. I'm gonna do the tap myself for charisma guidance and walk into the Jurgen's charts.
Cool. Hello. Welcome to Jurgen's. Do you need a map or a fishing guide?
I would have
How
swore
can we
it was
help you?
Jurgen's. Apologies.
Jurgen's?
Jurgen.
Jurgen's maps and charts.
Jurgen's.
Jurgen. It's pronounced Jurgen.
I do need a map.
Well, you're in the right place. What type of map do you need?
For the city specifically, as detailed as you can get, please.
Well, we have city maps for 2 gold.
42 gold.
For 2 gold.
I apologize. Your accent is unique.
Thank you.
I'll put 2 gold on the thing, on his little desk there.
All right, and he hands you. Okay. You see over top, there's text on this map that you don't see on here. This says the Market District. This says the Sapphire Ward. This says High Moon Stadium. This says the Slums. This says the Castle District. This says Elven Gardens.
Oh.
Elven Gardens look sick.
Yeah, it does.
And then there is one more. This says the Moon Garden over this area up here.
Moon Garden. Okay.
And then here, above this area,
Oh, I didn't even see that.
this says Cromwell Farms, a name you've heard before.
Yeah.
And then you have the Silver Tides Shipyard here. And then this is, it looks like it says High Moon Stables / Wine Flow Fishery.
Okay, cool.
Let's just retire and go make wine and fish.
Yeah.
You said, what was the ship, the harbor?
Silver Tides Shipyard.
Thank you. Better to write most of them down.
You can also see now that it looks like there's 3 entrances to the city.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here, here, and here.
And where did we enter? We entered somewhere up here.
Yeah, right in this area. This little back corner.
Cool.
So this building here is the Rancid Rat. And then down this way was the Cornered Kitten. And then the Cracked Kettle Provisions was like somewhere right over here. In
Okay.
this zone. So initially when you met back up, you came around this way on this side of the stadium. But just now when you met back up with Timber, you were more like on this side of the stadium.
Lovely.
Indeed.
All right. I'll reach out to. Thank you, Jurgen. I will reach out to Shetic, send a message. I've got us a map. Are you still in the same area?
Yeah, can I hear him? I'm walking.
It's only
walking towards
120
old
feet, so I
glass
don't know.
dome.
Yeah, he's within 120 feet, so you would be able to hear for sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna reply back. I'm heading north to the glass dome.
Yeah, I'm walking with Shetic.
Oh, we're huge. Yeah, so like, what is this like a? Are we in like a huge like city, or is this it's a city, but they're not?
So this map is not. It's more like a district map
Mm-hmm.
than
Okay.
a like
It's not to scale.
street map, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like when you get a map of like Six Flags.
Okay.
You're like, here's
Alright.
the Wild West area. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like
yeah.
Guys, there's a water slide up here. I really want to check out.
By
Um,
the twitchy elves.
so yeah, I mean, I just messaged you back, let you know I'm heading up to this glass dome. I want to see what this is.
Damian, what are you doing inside Hagar's?
Well, he asked me if I had anything to trade last, right? That was the
Yep.
last thing he. Yeah. Well, I don't believe I have anything quite as valuable to trade for that, but maybe maybe something I can do for you. I'm sure you don't get out much being a shop owner and all. Maybe there's something I could do for you in exchange for it.
That would be quite a task, wouldn't it? 500 gold.
Well, I do have some gold I can throw in on top of that, but
What do you got?
I'm quite capable. What have I got? I could spare 150 gold down payment and whatever task.
Let me think on it. If you come back tomorrow, I may have something for you. Right now, I don't have any 400, 300 gold piece tasks I need doing, but perhaps I'll hear of something or think of something.
Very well.
Anything else I can interest you in?
I've already turned and started out the door.
Elliot, anything else you would like to do at Yerdigan's?
No, I'm gonna head out of there. I'm gonna, upon coming out back to the street, just take another look around, see if I see any of our friends.
I was gonna say thank you. Bojack, what are you doing?
I just figured I'd follow Shetic. No need to get lost.
All right.
I fucking turned to him like Dwight did Angel, like, oh shit! Oh my god!
I saw you heading off, figured I'd tag along.
All right, sick. Let's go, little one. Uh-oh, what do we got here?
Oh, there's a tablet.
There's something. I don't know.
1 second.
I'm more interested in the cart full of lobsters over here.
Freebies.
Uh-huh. Some eggplants and carrots and tomatoes. Damn, dude.
Okay, as you guys make your way through an alley, kind of, and just a block or two up, you do start to, the structure comes a little bit more into view for you here. You can see this is almost Greek or Roman looking structure. It's got like white, marbled columns that are intricately engraved that lead upward to a beautiful glass ceiling that kind of stretches from end to end. It's got these beautiful large trees growing in each corner, kind of offsetting the columns, and sets of steps that go up. So this is kind of sitting on a pedestal. And you can also see underneath, kind of partially underneath and partially not, two like really well lit big braziers of flame. There's lots of other people walking around here as well.
It's a busy area.
People coming and going. It doesn't look like there's as much commerce going on around here, but
Are these like guards standing around this building?
yeah, you see what look to be, and they don't look like city guard. They look like they're on some other type vibes, but they do appear to be standing guard here.
And what's this building look like? Is it, if I looked at it, does it look welcoming to me? Like I could just walk in?
It does, yeah. And in fact, you see like different people like going up and like looking. It's almost like a monument or an attraction.
I'm gonna go see what's inside.
And as you do, yeah, you walk in and you see like and the size here, like you can see kind of the size of the tokens. This is pretty accurate. Like this is a massive, massive building. And as you step inside, you see a pedestal in the very center under the glass here, and sitting on top of it is two, think like almost 10 commandments, but they're bound to each other like a book. It's like a stone book that has a spine. And you can see inscriptions on it, and it's got like the flame light from these braziers is directed. There's like just the way the glass is built, it's directed where it's kind of shining down on these tablets.
I only speak common. Can I read what's on these tablets?
You only speak common?
Correct.
You have no clue what it says.
Okay.
I speak Dwarvish and Giant as well. Do I have any idea?
Does not look familiar to you.
I speak
Gook.
Celestial, Draconic, Elvish, Undercommon.
And a little too much.
Timber, what you see as you guys approach these tablets here, I don't think I can put you under this ceiling, is Celestial. And what you see are names. You see Gond, you see Ilmater, you see Yergel, you see Mistra, Saloon.
So it's just a list of people's names?
Make a religion check.
Yeah, people.
Sounds like these people can yergo my balls.
18.
These are the names of the Pantheon of Faerun. These are the names of gods.
I'm gonna. Never mind. No, I'm not. Never mind.
What are you gonna do, Bonecaller?
Well, I mean nothing because I don't know what's on the tablets and you haven't told me. So.
Oh,
I'll have the three of you also make a investigation check.
Okay.
17.
22.
I rolled so good. I got a 19.
Hey.
All three of you notice that these tablets are held into place on this pedestal by these, they're kind of like clamp looking, or claw looking bindings to the pedestal. So it's almost like the pedestal is reaching up and grabbing these tablets in three places, on each corner at the bottom and then one in the middle towards the spine of the tablets. On each one of those mechanisms, not only even without like an arcana check or anything, you can like feel the magical energy when you're this close, and you don't know if it's coming from the tablets, the pedestal, or some combination therein. But each one of these claw-like grips on the tablets have a different symbol on them. The first one has a tree. The second one has a kind of like a crescent moon. And the third one has three intertwined rings. So kind of like the Olympic logo, but missing two rings. Like the middle of it.
I turn to Bojack and I say, I can read this, and it just says, pick me up.
You want me to try?
I mean, that's what it says. I don't know.
How many people are watching?
A lot. Make a perception check.
I got an 11.
Even with 11, this is a high traffic area. You guys are not the only ones looking at these tablets right now. There, people are like, there's a mother with her like 2 children like pointing at them, and you see like a group of what look like religious scholars kind of in one corner, like behind the tablets from you, glancing over, and you see these 3 kind of patrolling around regularly.
Mm. So I say, well, it was worth a shot. Bonecaller, these are a list of just gods. You can speak to gods, can't you?
I can. If they choose to speak back is entirely out of my control.
Hmm.
Hey, little girl, I dare you to pick up a tablet.
Who are you shouting at?
I thought you said there was like a girl and her mom, so I just shout at the little girl, I dare you to pick up a tablet.
Make a charisma check.
Keeping low profile.
Hey, girl!
I got a 9.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
mother kind of like pulls her daughter in a little closer and kind of like shuffles off like a few like further from you.
Timber,
can't-
I think you lied to me.
You kind
They
of
didn't
hear her
wanna-
saying like, "Don't talk to strangers, dear. Come on this way."
So I assume these are the tablets we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And so besides the symbols, there's like nothing else on these claws. It's just the symbols, right? There's no mechanism, keyhole, anything like that.
Not that you can see.
Sick. All right.
I mean, we probably need to get the diamond first.
For sure.
Maybe the diamond can help us get the tablets.
I also feel like if we can figure out, we know these tablets. I mean, yeah, they got these locks on them, but we also know there's something surrounding them, like the mythos surrounding the city,
Yeah.
and
do-
we need to figure that out as well.
I do think we need to walk away from the tablets as we're talking about this, though.
Nah. It's fine.
He said leave. I'm gonna leave now. Timber's craftier than myself.
Yeah, let's walk away from here.
All right.
So,
Walking away
based off
from
what
there.
Shetic told Elliot through message, I would have just started at least walking towards the dome.
Okay, yeah, and we'll say you guys meet back up on the edge of like where you start to like go through an alley and you'd get to the dome, and like the other side of the alley is like the entrance into the market proper.
All right, let's find somewhere we can make a plan to get this diamond.
I say we go back to our sewer. That's the only safe place we've had so far.
I'm with
Did you
it.
find anything over there?
We'll talk about it.
Bojack yelled at a little girl.
Yeah.
I was seeing if she'd want to pick up a tablet, make our jobs easier.
Well, I said we'll talk about it later, but Bojack, we found the tablets.
It's not the worst plan he's had.
No. What time is it?
It's early afternoon. You guys, I think I said you woke up around 11 a.m. or something like that. So I'd say it's it's probably 3-ish in the afternoon now.
I'd like to head back to the slums. I have an appointment this evening with the owner of the Cracked Kettle.
Are any of you hungry?
Oh, I could eat a bear.
We can get a table somewhere and maybe secluded and speak more.
I don't really have money.
Have you eaten all your tongues?
Private table?
Hello?
Hey, lead on. I'll lead
Yeah.
it.
All right, I'll start walking back
Hey,
towards
you're
the slums.
offering.
You're walking towards where?
The slums?
Okay. Yeah, so you guys make your way back out of the market district. From where you are now, you kind of make your way past the tablets, and you can kind of see now the edge of what is marked on your map as the castle district. It's got more of a distinct brick and mortar kind of looking buildings, red and tan and blue combination of like thatched, shingled wooden roofs. The streets there look a little bit more pristine and manicured than the rest of like kind of the packed dirt streets in the city. But yeah, you guys make your way kind of this way.
I'm holding up the
And-
map kind of as we're walking. This is the castle district. You can tell because it's got more pristine. It's the red and tan. Over there, you see that's probably the castle. That's what the map says, at least.
How'd they get these bricks so red if they couldn't dye it with the blood of their enemies?
Probably just die.
Also, how do you know they didn't?
Well, because otherwise we wouldn't be here to ruin it.
All right.
Right.
So, are we
It's cool.
getting something to eat, or are we just going straight to our sewer so that we can discuss a plan?
Well, my
Well,
thought
don't
was
wanna
we can
get you
get a
keen to go-
table somewhere in the corner of somewhere if you all need. I don't need to eat, but if you need to eat, we can just take a break somewhere. Grab a drink. I don't know. Secluded table. Speak on what we need to.
I'd rather honestly speak on what we need to in the sewer than at some bar in the slums of the city.
Yeah, let's just go hang out in our sewer real quick.
All right, but I think we're counting our days the more we pass by this rancid rat continuously.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, the rancid rat's basically ours now. So,
As we're like walking through the streets, is there anywhere that's like, well, it's broad day. Never mind. Okay, cool.
I will say, as you guys kind of make your way around the corner, headed back towards the sewers, everybody make a perception check as you kind of round the corner onto that last back street headed into the corner.
19.
24.
18.
Dirty 20.
17.
That's pretty good. Most of you see down at the end of the street the gentleman Bram standing outside of the rancid rat. It looks like he's speaking to one city guard and somebody else that looks like they're in like fancier, not armor, but like fancier clothing.
I duck into an alleyway.
I'd be like, whoa, hold up. Sidestep.
All right, so yeah, you guys duck into an alleyway.
Can I get anywhere where it's maybe like very shadowed or like blocked from sunlight, just like looking for any kind of dimmer light?
I mean, you see the alley that those two just ducked into. There's got some like crates stacked up against one wall outside of one of the buildings on either side of the alleyway that are casting a shadow in the midday sun.
You all saw what I saw.
Saw fancy pants.
I'd like to get closer and see what he's talking about.
You can do that. Last time I tried to sneak anywhere, I alerted everyone.
Or it may be better for you, little one.
You want me or the cat?
The cat. Looking
Yeah,
down
anything to get away from that pig face. I'm with it. Let's go.
All right.
Oh my god, so
I'm
rude.
gonna kind of take you by the shoulder and just kind of like move you over to like the more shaded area.
Okay.
And then as I kind of like shuffle you over, like my shadow just kind of just creeps up your like up your legs and up through your body, and then just kind of like
Timber, make a perception check.
Perception 23.
With a 23, as Elliot reaches his hand and he like kind of puts it on your shoulder and like moves you over into the darker area, you see a spider crawling up his sleeve, kind of or would be down his sleeve, like towards you, as his hands on your shoulder.
And just as you enter the shadow, you just become invisible.
Oh,
Tell
I'm
us what you
invisible
hear.
now?
Yeah.
I'm going to the museum.
I say in your head, don't run off this time.
Okay, yeah, so I'll run close enough to them to
museum.
see what they're to see what they're talking about.
Now I suppose we wait.
I don't know what to do with that spider thing. So I run over close to them just to eavesdrop a little bit. What are they
Okay, make
talking
a
about?
stealth check with advantage.
26 or 12. 26.
With a 26, yeah, you're able to get close, and as you approach, you hear Bram speaking to a city guard and the more regal-looking gentleman, and you hear him say, "I don't know what's been going on lately. My barmaid quit abruptly on me, left town. She said it's not safe in the slums anymore. I've got a broken window. I'm gonna need you lot to pay a little bit more attention to this district. I know that, we don't have all the fancy funds and money of the Sapphire Ward and the Gardens, but hey, there's people living and working down here, and we deserve your protection just as much as anyone." And the guard just kind of, "We patrol down here as much as we need to." And then you hear the other guy say, "Well, I say, sir, this is quiet. You, this is certainly concerning, and of course we, with the crown, are concerned about all the citizens here in the city. I will have the guard doubled, especially in the evenings down here for at least the next week or two, and I'll speak with someone in the office about possibly finding another barmaid that may be willing to work down here." And you hear Bram say, "Well, that would be very agreeable. I can't stay out of business much longer." And the conversation kind of fades. It's a similar discussion from there.
Okay, so I just head back to our little alleyway and convey this information. Hey, we can't hang out at the Ranted Rat anymore. The barmaid ditched out. There's going to be more guards around here at night, so we need to find a new place to lay low.
My thought immediately goes the opposite direction. This is an opportunity for us to hang out there more. They need security, and we happen to be a security team that just came to town. We can offer our services for a very low price. And what's the owner's name? Bram?
Yeah.
Well, maybe with the newfound security, Bram can take an extended vacation.
Okay, well, I'll follow your lead.
Did they say anything of Illyria, the woman?
Yeah, she ditched. She ran away. But it doesn't seem like he knows anything about us, particularly. She didn't say anything about us. She just ran away afraid.
I'm gonna drop invisibility.
Wow.
Oh, there you go, you little fucker.
Hey, I'm doing work out here.
Not you.
As he drops, you dropped his invisibility, right?
Yeah.
I mean, since he's saying they're not paying attention to us, I'm like immediately stepping back out of my alley here. I want to see what's going on. Is the guard and the fancy dude walking away yet?
No, they're still all standing there talking.
Okay.
I think we should have one of us go up and talk to Bram, as opposed to all of us with a vampire and a pig face and a cat and a dwarf. Just one of us go up and discuss this with Bram.
Is there anyone in the tavern, or is it still empty?
I think it's empty. It's just the two owners.
I don't want us to get too distracted. I mean,
So is Bram a city guard and what seemed like a city official of some kind?
Okay, there you go.
I mean, I could just go incapacitate Bram and kill him.
We probably all
Um,
could. You see that frame? I don't think we should get distracted with extra jobs of security and such. Not a
It's-
bad plan, but at least we know it's not going to be.
Elliot, I have no intention of working security.
Of course.
I have an intention of getting this owner in a room alone and incapacitating him to a degree where we can stay at this bar, at least for the time needed to finish what we're here for.
What did they say of, are they going to be guarding the bar
So-
more?
Yes.
I think staying around the bar is going to be problematic. Especially if it has more attention.
But if he hired private security, why would they need to send more guards around?
It's
Well,
kinda
he already asked for the guards.
I mean, that's true, but I think if we just talk to some watches and say that there's private security, they would feel. I don't look around and I say I don't really feel like the guard makes this their top priority.
Did you catch any names on the noble-looking one?
Nope.
What did you do?
More than you.
So yeah, I mean, he overheard them basically saying, we deserve more, and then the city committing a force of guards to the task, and also trying to source a barmaid.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're fully intending to reopen and guard it more.
Yeah, I think we need to shift our focus towards the museum.
Again, yes.
Dip out of the slums
But
altogether.
where do we make our we can't just. So last time we went into the museum blind,
Well, there's
no
a whole
plan.
lot we could get lost in.
Also, this is like not the only building in the city.
Right.
There's people's
Yeah.
houses. There are other businesses.
Plenty of places.
So we can pick a tavern, get a
There
meal.
appeared to be a tavern in the market district. I noticed earlier.
Is there
Have
any
we
other what looks like taverns or anything around us now that we're in the slums again, other than the Cornered Kitten?
The only two types of like tavern type buildings that you've seen so far have been the Rancid Rat and the Cornered Kitten. Looking around, you're not seeing. You see the only other business you see here is what looks like a bookstore.
Something tells me if we did anything to cause the corner kitten to close, there would definitely be noticed.
Oh, hi. There's lots of important people who go in and out of that and don't want to be seen. We
Should we
learned
try to
that
get a
through
room at
all
the
that,
Cornered Kitten?
thing.
Sure.
Yeah, the lady in there was real pretty.
The only thing that you do know about the Cornered Kitten is you were told it was for a place in the slums, it's pretty high traffic. A lot of men from various walks of life go there.
I'm pretty sure there's a hooker nearby. Couldn't find him.
What?
At least the D man didn't want any D, or to give any D, or something with his D. We don't know. We didn't stick around.
Dragon, what do you think?
Dragon. Who's Dragon?
Well, as I said, that I noticed what looked like a tavern in the market district, or there's the Cornered Kitten, or we can explore for somewhere else to stay. But as of right now, with the knowledge we have, is pretty limited options.
I mean, I'm all up for free room and board if you get my drift. Someone could take an extended vacation.
If we want to make our way to the Sapphire, while we're in this alley, I guess still right now, this is a secluded enough space, if any, to talk if we need to. But if we want to make our way towards the Sapphire, Sapphire Guild, Sapphire District.
I want to look around for we're in the slums. I want to try to find someone's like an abandoned house or something, or Surely there's something, because we shouldn't just have to go kill an entire staff of people to have somewhere to sleep.
Yeah.
I agree. And plus, we have somewhere to sleep. I've mentioned
I mean,
my.
yeah, but I want to save your magic castle thing, whatever that is.
To be fair, unless anybody has anything in the city they want to do, I can hold it up for 24 hours.
I mean,
I just can't move it once we're inside, so if I can open it in an advantageous place to tomorrow morning, see what the curator is doing.
I definitely think hold that until we're ready to really scope out the museum. I think that needs to be our mobile base of operations for that one.
Alright, so you want to find an abandoned place to go talk, or can we talk right here?
We can just talk right here.
Okay, we'll talk right here. Jeez
We're doing
Louise.
a ton of talking.
Yeah, we're doing it, huh? That's what's
Yeah,
happening.
let's just do it.
Oh my god.
So what is that's my idea for scoping out what the curator is doing in the morning. I can teleport in, unless anybody has any other plans. I can see where he disables the security. And then tomorrow night we can heist, as it were.
Okay.
I'm with it.
My only other suggestion is beating him up.
So, Baxi, when you went to the museum, did you just look at the desk, or did you look at anything else? Is the diamond still in its proper place?
Well, I was just looking. I only had an hour, so I was just looking for the switch because the god lied to us.
That is pretty typical. I wouldn't get your expectations up too high.
Well, let's revisit. It said it was beneath clutter.
That's really astute, Dragon. The gods can be bastards at times.
The god you spoke with said it was beneath the clutter in dim light. There was a switch. Did you move things around?
I did. I moved some papers around and I went to both sides of the desk and I looked underneath the top of it and I didn't find anything.
Well, that just settles it. There is no switch. Timber. It may be more hidden than that, buddy.
Maybe.
I guess we can know once I see where he hides it. Or when he reaches for it, if he does.
All right. Well, where do you want to set up your little home?
I really would like to outside the museum, but maybe it'll be more advantageous once it gets a little bit darker. A little bit less noticeable. Dan, when we dimension doored out, Timber and I, into that little alleyway, was it like a very bare, obviously you can see it from the street alleyway, like very clean, pristine, like, or was there like things or anything like that would like obfuscate your the view from like the street or anything?
I mean, when you guys dimension doored out, you didn't really end up in an alleyway, if I remember correctly. You just kind of dimension doored like right out into the front of the museum. Am I remembering wrong?
Well, I did it.
Shetic fell into like the alleyway, kind of like.
I was gonna say. So when I was falling 40 feet from a window,
Yeah,
did I
right.
notice that it was like an obfuscated alley or anything?
You were in like a little back garden area, I think.
Yeah.
It was just a very narrow strip of like grass before like a hedge wall kind of behind.
Okay.
We can go back to that area and I can go ahead and set up. I mean, in my sanctum I have food if you need. I have reading material.
Sweet.
If you have any crafts you'd like to tend to.
All right. Timber's heading off towards the Sapphire District.
I'll walk too.
So I'm walking too, but so it's my understanding that we're just setting up shop and killing time until the curator returns tomorrow morning.
Well, Shetic had that appointment at 7 with what's her name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you guys all wanted to leave the slums.
You could always
Yep.
come back if you'd like.
Yeah. What? How much time have we wasted walking between here up to the slums, back down towards the museum?
Like an hour or so.
Okay, so I still got some time to get to the slums.
May I see that map, Elliot?
I'll hand it to him.
I just look it over and get like a kind of memorize where the Elven Gardens are and hand it back.
Is there any other place in the city that you guys would like to see?
Damian, as you hand it back to him, make a perception check.
Oh, that was terrible. I guess not really as bad as I thought. 16.
With a 16, as you're handing the map back to him and he reaches out to grab it back from him, you also see this smallish kind of spider crawling like around on his arm.
Icky.
Do I notice it?
Make a perception check.
As I like hand it like the map, I'm just after he like takes it from me, I'm just gonna like point at it and then keep walking. Like point at his arm where I see it and then just keep walking.
1. Natural.
Oh my god.
I will say with a natural 1 looking down, you definitely don't see it. But you do see the exact spot that he's pointing to. And you don't see anything.
I just kind of look down at my arm, look back up, look at down at my shadow. Is my shadow doing anything in particular?
No. Your shadow just looks almost like normal right now.
I'll just snatch the map back, open it up, and is there anywhere you'd like to visit or check out while we're in plain daylight?
DM, would it be possible if we could get the map with like the names overlaid on it, like you asked for, or like you said you had? At some point, I'm obviously not like right this second, but
yeah, sure. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's the slums, Castle District, Sapphire Ward, Market, Elven Gardens.
Moon Garden?
yeah,
And Moon Garden.
I'm more worried about like the other landmarks you spoke about,
Heard.
because I have a feeling. I mean, we saw. You weren't with us when we saw the tablet, were you? And I don't think we've debriefed you on that either.
While we're walking.
And neither Elliot or I was with you.
Well, I mean, I definitely want to do a debriefing of the symbols that I saw. You know, I tell them about the tree symbol on one claw, the crescent moon, the intertwined rings, the 3 intertwined rings. I need to add that. And I mean, my theory is these keys might be somewhere like we have the moon garden. That might be a good place to start for the crescent moon. Maybe that's something.
Smart.
Very well, let's go check it out then. Might as well.
How long does it take to walk across the city like that?
You don't know?
I don't know.
Start walking that way.
Let's hire Dre.
I'm walking with them, but once we get to like the Elven Gardens, I'm just gonna break off from them.
Oh shit.
All right. As you guys begin to make your way now, kind of in between the Sapphire and Market and the Castle Ward towards the Elven Gardens this way, we'll say it's going to take you, about 20 to 30 minutes to get over this way. But at about the 15-minute mark, Elliot, you would be able to, or I'm sorry, Damian, you would be able to kind of break off here.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say anything or anything like that. I'm just kind of walking behind everyone, and once we get towards there, I'm just gonna break off and walk on through and just look around.
Do I notice
Awesome.
him break off?
Are you trying to be stealthy, Damian?
I'm not necessarily trying to be. I'm really just paying no mind. I'm not saying anything. I'm not telling them where I'm going, but I'm not necessarily like sneaking. I'm just doing my own thing.
Okay, make a perception check, Elliot.
12.
Yeah, you see him.
Okay, I'll just keep walking and message him. Where are you going?
Can I reply to this?
Yeah.
Okay. It just throws me off because mine people cannot reply to. And I'm just gonna keep on walking and not look back or anything, but I will reply. There's just something I wish to check out. I'll meet you all back at the museum where we talked about setting up shop.
Okay.
All right. As Damian splits off from the party, the rest of you guys making your way over toward the Moon Garden. Damian,
Yes, sir.
as you split off from the group here and start making your way in between these, it's notably different in the greenery here and the ornate carved leaves and vines that make up, the curved classic elven architecture. It's a beautiful neighborhood highlighted by lush and vibrant landscaping. You see a lot of people who look elvish in nature moving in this space. One thing that you do notice as you're kind of making your way into this area is there seems to be a somewhat of a fabric and clothing sector here. A lot of the people that you see are dressed in very fine ornate robes with like intricately worked leather and filigree covering like every inch of the fabric. Yeah, what are you doing?
So my whole kind of thing for walking through here is, I'm gonna make my way towards that like clothing shop that you mentioned, but just along the way, kind of taking my time walking slowly. I'm looking for anything that kind of resembles or makes me think of my father, since I know he used to come to this city quite often for work, or for anything that kind of, like I said, resembles or makes me think of my home city of Everesca.
Give me 1 second here.
Everesca.
Make a history check.
Evereska, Everesca. History. 14.
Okay. I will say, growing up in the High Elven family, you're not seeing anything in particular that would be, linked to Everesca or your father. But I would say that just the general closeness that you're feeling to like elven culture in this space is definitely reminiscent of some things, certain mannerisms, certain styles of, just the way that the women are wearing their hair and the clothing. And although your father was never a fashion forward person per se, the general elven architecture and vibe of this area is definitely familiar to you.
Okay. Then I'll just keep making my way towards that clothing shop that you mentioned.
And as you do, you see a few things. You see quite a few shops that look like they are clothers or tailors. You see the first one that says Fulwin's Finery. You see another one that says the Cap's Feather, that looks like it's some sort of like hat. store. The Elven Rider, you see, and you see in their windows like boots and what looks like horse riding kind of apparel. Right next to that, you see the Elven Ranger, which has what looks like bow and arrow and archery type supplies. And the only other business that you see as you're kind of perusing this area is a place called the Pointed Pint, which looks to be a tavern and inn.
Okay. Then I'll just kind of wander about and make my way into that first clothing shop you mentioned.
Yeah, Fulwin's Finery.
Yeah, Fulwin's Finery.
Perfect. Yeah, as you walk in, you see this, beautiful shop. It's like you walked into the most luxury store you've ever been in your life. It's all green and brown and earth tones, very, natural in its appearance, but everything is got like gold or silver leaf on it, and it's just the most intricately carved and designed counters and even patterns that have been carved into the walls, and where it's not wooden, you can see like very ornate, fine thread counted fabrics kind of hanging down in those spaces, giving the entire space like a very fashion forward, aesthetically pleasing vibe. And behind the counter you see a older or young, I should say younger looking female elf, and as you walk in, she says, hello young sir, welcome to Fulwin's Finery. You looking to enhance your wardrobe today?
I give a little bit of a chuckle and look down at my wardrobe, look back at her. Is there something wrong with my wardrobe?
Well, I wouldn't presume to say wrong, but certainly I think we could make some improvements.
And just give another little bit of a chuckle, and to be honest with you, I'm just perusing. I had a father who came to this city often for work, and he passed away quite some time ago, and when I saw that there was a elven district, I had to come and explore.
Oh, what was your father's name?
Veldrin Donstar? Not sure if you're familiar.
For familiarity.
I can't say that I am, unfortunately. Many elves pass through this part of the city, though, so perhaps someone will know.
That's quite all right. As I said, I'm just here perusing on a bit of a nostalgia trip.
Oh, well, if you'd like anything from us, just let us know. I'd be happy to supply you with some new clothing or accessories.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I just continue kind of just looking around the place for a little bit. That's really all I wanted to come here for, was just kind of...
Make a perception check.
That would be a 21.
21. As you're looking around, nothing really catches your eye. You see lots of, small pieces of jewelry. You see robes. You see tunics, belts, trousers. You don't see a lot of hats or boots or anything like that, as you feel that maybe those are at those other stores. But one thing that catches your eye as you're looking in the jewelry case is there's these two silver pointed caps that look as though they are meant to fit over teeth.
Yeah, pardon me. I'd like to inquire about these. What are these exactly?
Those are adamantine fang tips. Meant to cover your teeth, give them a gothic, spooky, aesthetic look. I got them some time ago from a strange gentleman. Haven't had any interested buyers.
If I may ask, strange, how would you say?
He came in a long, dark trench coat and a wide brimmed hat pulled far over his face. He carried wooden and silver stakes on his belt inside of his coat. He said he found these on a monster.
Didn't happen to catch the man's name, did you?
I sure didn't. He was a man of few words and didn't seem to desire his personal name or information to be revealed. But the price was right for adamantine, so I bought them.
Well, speaking of price, what might you be asking for these?
75 gold pieces for the pair.
And this is keeping in mind that they were used and taken off of a monster.
Indeed.
I'm interested. Just one last question. You say, by chance, what monster? And as I ask, I'll, kind of be pulling out, my coin purse to let her know, I'm definitely interested in these.
And what? I'm sorry. What was your question to her?
What kind of monster? It said?
He just said a monster. By the look of them, someone that bites, certainly, but didn't say more than that.
Very well. 70 gold pieces, you said, yes?
70 will be fine.
Very well. And I'll put 70 on the counter.
She kind of opens up the back of this cabinet that you saw them in and pulls them out and puts them in a very nice velvet pouch and kind of ties a fine looking cord around them and hands them over to you.
All right. Pleasure. And I will turn to walk out.
The rest of you, having kind of made your way now on the north side of the Elven Gardens district, you got a pretty decent look at what appears to be Castle High Moon. You saw a big gated portcullis entrance, what looked like a watchtower kind of that was the crow's nest of it kind of perched above the edge of a fairly modest stone wall that is tall but didn't look crazy strong or fortified, that makes a way around this castle. And as you moved in between the gardens, the Elven Gardens and the castle district here, you come upon a very lavish garden area. It's got benches, it's got small ponds, you can see lots of birds, but one thing that you cannot miss is the absolutely massive tree that dominates the sky above you. The canopy of this thing has got to be 200-300 feet wide. The diameter of its trunk, you could fit several carriages in between, and as you get closer, you see that it's got wooden steps carved into the front part of the trunk and what looks like a entranceway that leads inside the tree.
I definitely want to go check that out.
Well, Bojack, just because it's the same color as cabbage doesn't mean when you drink it, it won't burn the fuck out of your throat. It is acid.
I'll try to remember that acid burns both inside and out.
That'll do you well, short one. Would you look at this?
Bojack, you've been on this drinking acid for a long time now, buddy. You just have to accept that you're the only one who seems to think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing about it, honestly.
I'm resistant to poison. Why is acid being different?
It's just different.
Hi.
This is the biggest damn tree I've ever seen, though.
I have a feeling this tree has something to do with the symbol that we saw on the tablet's claw.
Yeah, let's go into the tree.
Let's do it. Go into the tree.
Place. What about the moon?
Well, I mean, it could be either one. It's the Moon Garden. There's a giant tree. There's Castle High Moon. There's lots. The city has multiple locations to look.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Right, off we be.
We have a sense of what time it is.
It would be kind of like early evening now, so like 6, 7 p.m.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
I'm
abandon-
heading back to the appointment that Shetic had.
Got it.
Oh, nice. He's coming to watch. Yeah, how long did it take us to walk from there to here?
About a little over half an hour. Well, that's how long it took you to walk from like this area to the Moon Garden. So maybe 45 minutes to get back here.
I mean, yeah, I do. I kind of want to go do. Like, there's just some old lady that now knows one of my compadres' names. Elliot, Bojack, Timber, are you guys okay if I go to my previous engagement?
I've lasted this long without you.
Well, see you later. I get dick. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm gonna start heading back over here. I want to catch her leaving her shop.
I'm a little closer, so I would assume that I'm like there waiting by the time he gets there.
Perfect. What are the rest of you, the three of you, Elliot, Timber, and Bojack, doing?
Walking up
I'm
in
go-
this tree.
I'm going in the tree.
All right, to the tree.
As you guys walk up the steps and into this tree, you begin to see robed individuals that are kind of matching. They have all got these dark, deep green robes that are lined with like a soft golden fabric on the edges that kind of make up the hems and seams of their garments. You see on the inside, this tree opens up into this wide space, and you can see there are people at pews on the inside, and some of them are talking to these robed individuals. Others look to be having quiet moments of reflection. To one side of the room, you can see a row of what look like bookshelves with different scrolls and tomes on them. And in the back, you can see a statue of what looks to be a deity of some kind. And the deity is odd in its appearance, as it looks to be almost like a humanoid tree in and of itself, and this statue. But it's made of stone and carved to look like this, think kind of like Groot or like a tree ant type looking figure. And you can see in kind of common in text below on the base of the statue, it says Rilifane Ralathil. And I'll put the spelling of that
Thank you.
in Discord.
I got R and I was like, uh-oh.
Rilifane Ralathil.
Have we heard of this? Or has Elliot heard of this before?
Make a religion check.
Religion.
Do I recognize that name as one that was on the scroll or the tablet?
Make a history check.
-3 because my ominous will. Sorry. I got a 9.
I got an
Religion.
18.
Was that with the -3?
Me with a -3?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, no, it's 15.
And you got an 18?
I got a 9 on religion.
A 9. Timber, that was a name that was on the tablet. Elliot, you've never heard this name.
Who the fuck is this?
There's some big tree bastard.
I have a feeling that one of the keys is in here. Can I look around to see if I see anything that might resemble a key?
And I look at Timber and I go, in here, and like point a thumb at the statue, or in here, and do this little like room sweep with my fingers.
I want to kind of slap him on the shoulder and give him intelligence guidance. Like kind of hard on the shoulder, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Make a investigation check, Timber.
With a D4.
With a D4?
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be a 16.
With a 16, you start to look around and you kind of have, this key in mind, and you meander down the central aisle, kind of looking around under and on the pews. You move over towards the bookshelves, and you kind of look between a couple books as far as you can look up, and you kind of look down, and then you kind of make your way over to the statue of Rilifan Ralathil, and as you're making your way behind it, you see kind of out of view of the main part of the room, and just situated just so behind the statue that you can't really see it when you're standing in front of the statue, is a narrow archway that has a staircase that looks like it leads downward.
How many people are inside this tree right now?
Not a ton, maybe like a dozen,
Also, is it
including
kind of
the priests, the robed individuals.
Is it kind of like generally quiet? Are people keeping to themselves, or is it like chatter and stuff like that?
There's a small amount of chatter, but it's definitely more quiet than like the streets.
Okay.
Can I use some stealth to just see what's down this stairwell?
Yeah, sure.
What do you see, small one?
I don't know. Stealth check?
Yep.
That's going to be a dirty 20.
Yeah, with a dirty 20, you kind of slip behind the statue and out of sight, and beginning to like work the shadow against one side of that staircase and begin to move down the staircase. What are the rest of you doing?
Oh, there he goes again.
I'm making a joke about, is he working the shaft or not? The stair shaft. Otherwise, I just like to look around and see if anybody's paying attention to us as we're standing
I think
there.
I prefer you drink that acid
What a
now.
great joke.
You're not there. You guys, you don't notice anybody looking at you. Everybody seems to be pretty occupied in either their moments of reflection or their conversations with the clergy here.
I'll take a seat at one of the pews and just kind of reflect on my own and just kind of like stare off into my shadow.
Yeah, I kind of want to like second follow-up question. Is there like a heavy guard presence, or is it mostly like the robed guys in here?
You saw some guards patrolling, in and around the garden outside, but in here you don't notice any guard presence of any kind. Timber, you make your way maybe about 15 or 20 feet down the staircase, and it just continues to go into darkness. What would you like to do?
I mean, I'll go down a little bit further.
Yeah, you go down a little bit further and you come to a landing where it turns to the left and continues downward.
Well, I feel uncomfortable going down there by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say after about a minute that he's gone, I'll send a message to him. What do you see down there? You can reply.
Nothing but darkness.
I thought you could see in the darkness. Tell him I thought he could see in the darkness.
It just keeps going dark, keeps going down.
Can't you see in the darkness? I'm pretty sure you can see in the darkness.
I can see in the darkness, but it goes further than my darkness.
So it's your darkness down there. We'll just dispel the darkness.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to go down a little bit further.
As you make your way down just a little bit further, you can see at the bottom of the stairs now, it comes to a landing, and you're not down there, but you can see down far enough to see that it is like crumbling, almost stone wall at the base and like an archway that leads in, and you can hear the sounds of like moving water and the sounds of like birds and like the sounds of like plants like moving in the wind.
But it's still dark. I can't see.
It looks like there is light coming from where that archway is at, but it's pretty dark in the stairs.
Okay. I want to go further, but I feel like I'd mess myself up. So I bail and I go back.
Okay.
And I go up to Bojack. And how big? So the statue has a little archway that has stairs going down. Can like all of us fit down there, or is it just a small archway?
It's narrow. It's like a narrow little archway on the wall behind the statue, and the statue, it seems like it's positioned in such a way that it makes it really difficult to see from the front of the room. But yeah, it's narrow, but you can, like, in a single file line, surely could all fit down there for sure.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so I go up to Elliot and Bojack, and I'm like, it leads to, I don't know, it kind of leads down underground, but then kind of outside. I feel like there's a fight in there. I feel like we need all of us if we're going to go through there.
All of us, or do you think the three of us would suffice?
Well, my hope is that I'd be able to sneak my way, grab that key, and get out. But seeing how we did so poorly at the museum with just the three of us, we might need all five of us.
I'll point out I was not at the museum.
That's true.
I would have punched it and fixed your museum problem by punching the museum.
What did you gather from down there?
I think there's definitely something important down there that we need to get. That's about all I got.
Vague. I appreciate it.
To go if we want to go. I like run a finger over one of my hand axes that's hanging off my belt.
I can make you unseen again if you want to venture further, but other than that, maybe we should just...
Yeah, I'm down with that. As long as... Let's do it.
All right. Kind of usher him towards maybe a shadowed area in between a couple bookshelves.
Yeah, Timber, as he's doing that, make a perception check.
Eight.
With an 8, you don't notice anything.
Sweet.
Yeah, I just kind of, again, I just give him like a little firm on the back of the shoulder and go invisible.
All right.
A little harder this time than last time.
And then I made my way down there. I want to see if I can just find this key, grab it, and get out.
Okay.
You know it's not going to be that easy.
It's going to be that easy, bro. It's going to be.
At least glean a little more info. I'm not there. Do whatever you want.
The only impossible thing is the thing you don't do, man. Go for it.
Yeah, y'all can be on the stairs just in case, you know.
Does it look like from our point of view? Holy shit.
Oh
Does
my
it look like from our... Oh
Holy.
my god.
All right, hold on. Everyone calm down.
Does it look like from our point of view in the like pew/bookshelf area on the front of the statue that like it's like we're not allowed to go back there, you know what I mean? Does it look like guarded or like sectioned off exclusively?
Where the bookshelves are?
Where the staircase behind the is it like sectioned off? Where it's like you shouldn't be back here, you know?
No, you didn't see anything.
I walk back there pretty freely.
I mean, you snuck back there, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. There's nobody like guarding it. Whether or not it's free reign, you really don't know because he snuck down there. So
I'm gonna look down at Bojack and say, if he doesn't come back up in about 5 or 10 minutes, maybe we should just work our way down there to see if he's okay.
So I walk out just here, and I see these griffin things.
Make a stealth check with advantage because you're invisible.
Oh, fucking.
Yeah.
27.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. He
Yeah,
says.
that's gonna beat their passive, and you're invisible, so I think you're good. But what you do see is what look like winged lions with scorpion tails. You see a couple of them, and what you see in front of you stretching out looks almost like a jungle of some kind. You see like tropical plants, vines hanging, ruined walls kind of blocking lines of sight here and there. You see piles of bones laying kind of around, and you see from where you're standing right now, you can see two of these manticore looking creatures.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Just go grab it. Easy peasy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go grab it. I got a feeling I'm gonna get killed in here. So yeah, I dip back.
Pussy. He doesn't want that level.
Ugh.
You got a level all by yourself.
As you make your way back up to the stairs and rejoin your group.
Yeah, there's some lions, scorpion winged creatures down there.
If you want to make a nature check to see if Timber knows what that is, you're more than welcome to.
All right. That's gonna be a 9.
You have never seen one of those before in your life, and you
I have
are
never
fucking
seen one
terrified
of
them.
these. I've never seen one of these in my life. Don't know what to do about that. We need all 5 of us here probably to do that.
So you said it's like a cat, but with like a scorpion tail?
Yeah.
Have I heard
The
of what
two of
this
you,
is?
Bojack and Elliot, you can make a nature check too.
Nature.
Got a 7.
Grants. Myself. Let's fuck you. Wait. Please go back. Okay. I don't know.
Did you roll another nat 1?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Neither of you have ever heard tell of this creature.
What the fuck is that? I want to kill it.
That sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, so we should probably just let's focus on this diamond, and then all 5 of us can go down there.
What else did you see down there?
It's like a jungle, and in the middle there's this big circle. I assume this is where the key is probably going to be, but it looks well guarded. Looks magical. I don't know anything about magic, so I'm not even gonna try.
You cannot punch magic. You can punch the person making magic.
Yeah, you can punch. I don't know what down there.
You all hear
There's-
this and think about the time that Bojack must have tried to punch magic in his past.
There's plenty of trees to punch down there.
Oh, yes. I ready. Let's go.
You
I'm
did
like,
well for recon.
the dwarf is starting to like vibrate. He's like, there's a fight. Ready for a fight.
Let's make,
All right.
make our way back.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's make our way back.
All right.
Go
So the
towards
three
the
of you-
sapphire, I think.
Yeah, is that right? You guys were planning to go and like stake out behind the
And
Yeah.
kind of wait for
Museum of
everybody to get back.
Antiquity?
I kind of want to sit like a little hidden, like towards where I can see the front door, so I can see what traffic is like.
All right, as you guys start to make your way back towards the museum, the sun is now beginning to set over the city of High Moon as the moon goes high in the sky.
It's high moon.
Shetic, you approach the exterior of Cracked Kettle Provisions, and it seems to be, she told you they closed at 7. If you had to guess, you'd say it's about 5 or 10 minutes away. As you get closer, you see Damian kind of standing in the shadowy area outside.
Standing there with like the glass that's filled like partially full with the whiskey that I stole. I'm just kind of sipping it, waiting to see him walk up.
I'm gonna walk up to Damian. I'm gonna say, Dagon, I assume you're with me so we could eat, or so you could eat, correct?
I like down the rest of my drink and kind of make sure the glass is completely empty, and then put it away. And I'll say, well, at the very least, I'm here to make sure you get more blood, and I can see I'm not the only one who had the idea that one of our companions' names being out in public was not the greatest idea.
Yeah, we're not all thinkers, and that's okay. What I'm thinking we could do is maybe I'll walk in, you come behind me, and you just watch the door and make sure nobody comes in, and I'll dispatch of our friend. We'll split the blood evenly. I think you maybe need a little bit more than I do.
I mean, as much as it does satisfy me a bit more to be fresh from the source, I did eat this morning, and I don't have any empty vials to fill, unfortunately.
Well, the good thing about a dead shop owner is that everything very quickly and suddenly becomes free.
Yeah, very well. I will follow you and lock the door behind us.
As we're going in, as we're walking up to the shop, what's the sitch on the street? Is this a bustling time for the slums?
No, it's getting on towards evening now. It seems like a lot of the people what you do see is around the corner. You're pretty close to the entrance of the Rancid Rat. You see a couple guards standing there, and a couple more that seem to be patrolling along they're pretty far from you, but they're along the long street that leads back over towards the Cornered Kitten. And you can see even down there now, there's a much larger crowd than normal, or than what you've seen thus far outside the Cornered Kitten. It seems that supply may be limited in the district for libations at the moment. However, yeah, you don't see a lot else. Seems like maybe, you've drawn more people away from this side of the slums because there's more people drinking on the other side.
I'm going to look at Damian, and I'm going to say, I'm going to try this again. This didn't work out so great for me last time, and I'm going to take out a little vial, and I'm going to put a drop of honey on my tongue, and we're going to walk into the cracked kettle.
Okay. Damian, are you shutting and locking that door behind you, as you said?
Yeah, so I'm following in, turning around, locking the door, and then as soon as I see that he has her attention, I'm walking up the wall, and I'm standing on the ceiling upside down directly above the door in case anyone comes in. I can drop
Okay,
on them.
the moment that you shut and lock the door, that'll be your action. Shetic, what are you doing?
I'm going to look at her, and I'm immediately going to cast Suggestion. And
What do you...
And my suggestion is going to be silence, down on your knees.
Is that a wisdom save?
That is. It's going to be a 15.
Natural 18.
Natural 18. Okay.
What are you doing? Why'd you shut my door? Weren't you in here earlier? Well, how can I help you? What? Open my door back, please. This is most unregular.
I'm gonna. Are we doing this? Are we taking turns? Are we like in a quasi initiative?
Actually, yeah. Everybody roll initiative, real quick.
Everybody, even us.
No.
Just okay.
Yeah, you guys got to take turns running back over here.
24.
Sprinters.
Do you want to switch initiative with me? We can do that. Or do you want to go ahead and have the first move here?
What's your initiative?
8.
8.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're kind of leading this. I'm kind of staying back, so I'll switch with you.
Okay.
Shetic, what are you doing?
I'm immediately gonna look at her, and I'm just gonna whisper to her. I'm gonna cast Maddening Whispers, and she's gonna. If Damien's looking at me, like he can definitely see me, like kind of pointing at her, and he sees my mouth moving, but he definitely can't understand what I'm saying. It's a string of void speech,
Okay.
and but what she hears is, "Your store is never gonna be enough. You're a failure. You'll never make it to the Sapphire District. You'll never make it as a shopkeeper." And that's gonna be a charisma 15.
Saving throw.
Yes. Come on.
She fails
All
with a
right.
2.
She is now incapacitated.
Okay.
Um.
That is your action.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And I don't really need to do a bonus action right now. I'm gonna go around initiative.
All right. Damian.
So I'm now at this point going to walk up the wall, stand on the ceiling directly above the door. So, you know, if for some reason someone were to get in, I could just drop on them, and then I have my claws at the ready, just standing there waiting.
Okay. And she can't take actions or reactions, but she's just gonna say, What are you doing? Please. I'm nothing to offer. Shut up.
I'm gonna approach her, and as I am, I'm pulling out my knife, and I'm just gonna walk up to her. I'm gonna say, "Darling, it's nothing you've done. You've been unfortunate enough that one of my colleagues, for whatever reason, gave you his true name. And for that, I'm sorry. But this face will be the last you see." And I'm going to take my dagger, and I'm just going to run it right across her throat.
We will forego the roll to hit. Just roll damage.
Oh, yeah. I don't actually have my dagger equipped. There we go. It's 2 damage, so it wasn't a very good slit.
So, yeah, she's kind of, she's like, you know,
my
she
God.
tries to scream, but before she can, the slit in her throat kind of prevents the air from like making it from her vocal cords actually out of her mouth. She's still alive though.
And she's no longer incapacitated either.
Okay. What else?
I'm
She's
just gonna reach out, and I'm gonna grab her arm in preparation for my next move.
Damian. You can see that he's tried to make a cut on her throat, but it looks like it was more of a superficial wound, and it didn't like get to exactly where it needed to. As you look down and see her starting to bleed from her neck.
Immediately, as soon as he draws blood and I smell it, I run across the ceiling,
Hey.
fangs out, and I drop down on top of her and bite her
Hey.
with my fanged bite attack.
I will say
Hell
now that she is no longer incapacitated, I'll have you roll to hit here.
Okay.
She may struggling now.
Sick.
That is a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Cool.
Mira with the 23 AC.
She's a barbarian.
That is a 9 damage.
With 9 damage, how do you want to do this?
Yeah, so like I said, you know, I'm standing above the door, but as soon as he makes that slit and there's a single drop of blood, I smell it and I just completely lose control. I run across the ceiling, I drop down on her and bite into her neck and just drain the life from her.
Shetic, you're standing there, and it's almost like, you know, this is all happening kind of in tandem. And as you like pull your dagger away, before you can even blink, Damian is there, fangs in this woman's neck. And as you see him lift his face, you can see there's the blood streaking down from the corners of his mouth as the life in this woman expires.
With that, I gain the health back that I took, like the damage that I took. I gain that health, and then also the the blood that's kind of like on me, I take and I kind of wipe it off. And if Shetic remembers at all, when he first saw me, my hair was like black with kind of a dark red pearlescent when the light hit it. Looking at me now, it would be pitch black, but I just take my, wipe that blood off and then run it through my hair and slick my hair back, and it's back to having that like darkish red pearlescent.
Sick.
Sick.
So sick.
Friend, when you're ready for your next meal, let me know. And I'm going to kind of bend down and I'm going to take one of my vials out and I'm going to collect some of her blood.
All right.
And I'm going to look
easy
back.
enough. She's got a stream of it pouring out of 2 holes in her neck.
I'm going to look at Damian. I'm going to say, I know how we're going to prevent any suspicion from this corpse. But first, I think we need to take a look around and see if there's any valuables we can have.
Well, creating corpses is kind of my specialty rather than disposing of them, so if you have an idea, please go on and I will search the shop.
Corpses are my specialty. Creating them, commanding them, talking to them.
Damian, make a investigation check. Looking for valuables.
I'm doing that as well.
You said investigation?
Yes.
13.
And I got a 23.
Damian, as you kind of spend more time on the outside looking over these shelves, and it's really just knickknacks, trinkets, tools, nothing of any value beyond, common household items. However, Shetic, while he's doing that, you do kind of make your way around the back of the counter, and you see a what looks like a small lockbox on the floor under the counter.
Yeah, I'm taking that, and then earlier she had 2, incense blocks. I bought one. Is there is a second one within eyesight?
Yeah, you find the second one.
Yeah,
And there's also a paper box of masks down there.
I'm taking the lockbox and the other incense block.
Okay.
I'm gonna stuff. Let's see. I know that we already had 1 mask taken, so I'm gonna take enough masks for everybody else in our party.
There's only 2 other masks in there, though. And one of them is what looks like a house cat style mask, and the other one is like what looks like a wolf.
A bitch. Glad she's
Yeah,
dead. How
I'm
dare
gonna
she
take both
save
of
the
those.
wolf
Yeah,
for last.
I'm taking both of those.
Nice.
All right. I'm gonna walk. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, when I was looking around, did I see any sort of like cups or glasses or anything while I was looking for any valuables that I did not find?
Yeah, you didn't find any cups or glasses, but there's like bottles.
Okay.
While
See
he's
any dining stuff of any kind.
So I'm pocketing this stuff while he's still looking around. You're gonna see me kind of go through my bag, and the vial of her blood that I just got, you're gonna see me drop it on her forehead and kind of make a symbol with it on her forehead with my thumb. And then I'm gonna pull out my bag, and I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull out some of Nyx's bones that I collected, that I harvested from him and ground into dust.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna open up her mouth. I'm gonna pour a little bit of the dust in her mouth, and then I'm gonna take a little piece of Nyx's flesh and just set it in her palm. And you're gonna hear me start just chanting. And a minute later, you're gonna see her eyes open up, and I have cast Animate Dead on her. And she's now a zombie under my control.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, Damian, our window to get out of here unseen is narrow. I'm going to send her down the street, and she's going to attack a guard with this knife. And I'm going to hand the zombie one of my daggers. I'm going to tell her she's not to stop attacking until she's dead.
Very well. First, I propose a drink, and I pull up like the whole bottle that I have, take the cap off, take a swig of it, and then hand it or hold it outwards towards him. To a job well done.
To a job well done. And I'm just going to take a little hit.
You're not gonna make a crimson mule.
No. And so I'm telling the zombie, I'm commanding the zombie to go down the road towards the rancid rat with a knife and just start attacking the guard. And it's not to stop until it's dead.
Okay. And what does the text on that say exactly for the animate dead command?
Let's see. So I chose a corpse, so it's a zombie. On each of my turns, I can take a bonus action to mentally command any creature I made with this spell, blah, blah, blah. I don't control multiple creatures right now. I decide what action the creature will take and where it'll move to on its next turn. So it's assuming turn-based, but it's basically under my control for 24 hours, and it just has the zombie stat block, which I have everything here if we need to do that. But
all right, so you see her kind of rise up. This like labored, dead breathing that she's doing, and she moves to the door and just bumps into it. Bumps into it again.
I unlock it and open it.
She continues to shamble out as you open the door for her, and you see her got this like knife like barely grabbed in her what little grip is afforded to her in this form, and she starts to make her way towards the pair of guards that are standing outside the rancid rat, and then you hear one of the guards say, "What the hell is that?" What are you guys doing?
I'm walking out and walking the opposite way of where she just went.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking around to see if anyone is like paying attention to us or if they're paying attention to them, and then we'll follow.
It seems to be that most of the people are focused on this dead-looking woman that is now shambling, knife out, towards the guards. And as you two turn your backs to her and have your eyes set up the hill towards the stadium and into the Sapphire Ward, you both hear the sound of swords being unsheathed from tabards, and the sound of blade and flesh meeting as this woman meets her final end to these guards. And you hear them kind of shouting and saying, "What? Where did this woman come from? It's an undead creature of some kind. Go get the magistrate." And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Sick.
Nice.
Body disposal. That's the first body I haven't thrown in a body of water.
Yeah, facts,
That was awesome.
That was a good way to do it. I was like,
Really
oh my
good
god, how are they
plan.
gonna walk out of here with a fucking zombie? He's not thinking, and then you did that. I was like,
That's
What a
distraction.
plan.
he could.
Alrighty, that's going to do it for tonight's episode of The Black Hand of Fate. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. One more reminder, go ahead and check out our social media, catch up on VODs, leave us a comment, tell us what you like, tell us what you want to see more of in the future, and we will see you next time on Side 21 and The Black Hand of Fate.